Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Moon for Readings. Thank you so much for joining me here today. So for today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what men think of you, okay? So as always, we have 4 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1 right here, pile number 2 right here, pile number 3 with this beautiful rainbow obsidian, by the way. You can't tell on camera, but it's gorgeous. We also have pile number 4 right here with this citrine crystal. So beautiful. Take your time, pause the video if you need to meditate on these cards. And whenever you're ready, the timestamps for each of these piles will be in the description box down below and also the pinned comment. So without further ado though, let's head into pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this beautiful elk and ash card here with strength or this beautiful green crystal, then you're in the right place today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what men think of you or how they view you, okay? So this is just men in general. If you identify as a man and you're coming here as well, then that's perfectly fine. Just take whatever resonates, okay? So I am going to start pulling some oracle cards on camera right now and to get some information about what men think of you. Though right off the bat here with this beautiful strength card, I am getting that not only men, but people in general do see you as a very strong person, pile number 1. They see you as someone who's very grounded, someone who is very reliable as well. Here with this green crystal, I don't know exactly what crystal this is. Sorry, my chair makes noises sometimes. I don't know exactly what crystal this is. If you have the answer, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you, but it's gorgeous. It has like a little bit of like black speckling in it or something. Gorgeous. But anyways, yeah, so I'm getting a very green grounded energy from you, pile number 1. That's very strong. Maybe you guys you don't have to be older, but you do present yourselves as very mature as well, and I feel like just people in general perceive you that way. You could be a man here. I am getting masculine energy, but you could be like identify as female, but you do exude stronger masculine energy as well. Could be, doesn't have to be. You could have brown or darker hair. Let's see. So how do men view my pile number 1s, please? All right, so a card just flew out right there. Let's see. Wow, interesting. So we got the rescuer coming out. It says, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward, okay? We do have a shadow attribute here that says, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Now, I don't feel like you guys are that way. I am kind of getting here that you guys kind of almost have a serious air to you. So guys, like men, they kind of view you as someone a little bit more somber, a little bit more serious, again, down to earth. Not that you are a sad person or come across that way, but you do come across as a little bit more serious, okay? Or maybe someone who has been through a lot, and in that way they kind of see you as someone who tries to really go out of their way to help people, but in a humble way. I do see men viewing you as a very kind person and very humble. You might literally like work with like children here or animals or just rescuing people in general. You could do something like tarot readings on YouTube. You do something in your line of work or in your hobbies, or what you like to do is like helping people, helping animals, helping beings, okay? You're I don't want to say a people pleaser. Some people might view you a little bit as a people pleaser, but I'm getting more so with that maturity edge to you. I get you more as just someone who's just very sweet and wanting to help people. Even though you might not show your emotions, you might not wear your emotions on your sleeve, okay? But you do wear your heart on your sleeve here type of energy. Very interesting. I also feel like you are somebody who really puts your reputation, or you seem like to men anyways, someone who puts their reputation on the line for other people, to help other people. Say you're someone who like always offers your friends like jobs in your workplace, or you're always just looking out for like someone in need, basically. It will put your reputation out on the line for that person, Let's see what else comes through. Men do view you as someone very mysterious. I feel like you have a very contrasting like skin tone to your hair. So whether it be you have a darker skin tone and lighter hair, or there's just something about your face that stands out, okay? Could be your eyes, could be your skin tone. Maybe you do have darker skin and darker hair, but you have like rosy red cheeks naturally and stuff like that, or that's just the makeup you like to wear, and that definitely stands out to men. They're like, ooh, you kind of have a mysterious vibe to you, pile number one. I really love it. But it's like mysterious, but in a grounded way, in a very tangible way, if that makes any sense. It's like people know that once they start to talk to you, the puzzle pieces will start to fit like quite easily, but it's more so actually getting to talk to you and getting you to open up. That's the issue here. Let's see what else. So for I heard there's levels to it for my pile number one. So it's like, everyone knows you are a really nice person, but it's like there's levels to it where like your surface level will be like, yeah, I'm gonna help the needy, you know? But then there's another layer to you where it's like you're just so real and authentic with yourself. But there's like layers to it. So you won't let anyone just into your personal bubble, into your personal space. You don't really talk about yourself, but people can still feel how genuine you are, regardless on if you actually open up about your past and who you are versus just a surface level. Okay, let's see what else. There's something definitely about your eyes. Like you have very kind eyes. Maybe you've even been told that. Maybe you have like deer like doe like eyes, you know. Let's see. Almost like there's like a sadness behind your eyes, but it's more so like a kindness from your sadness. Let's continue though. So for my pile number ones, thank you. Ooh, I love this card. So we got number 33. You literally could be 33 yourself. We have ripe fruits coming out. So men definitely see you as like a ripe fruit, okay? It's kind of going back to that mature energy I was getting. What's really interesting me here, or like intriguing me, or like piquing my interest, okay, here is when I first saw this card, I saw this hand as like a man reaching out to like pick you type of energy. So you might have a lot of more toxic men try to like own you, in the sense that they think you're naive because you are so loving and kind and willing to help others. So they almost see you as like ripe for the picking. Now this, even if it's not a toxic male who is like interested in you or like is viewing you, they kind of see you as someone who is very well rounded here with this ripe fruits. They see you as someone who has a lot of potential. They see you as someone who could really like improve the world here. And you know, like ripe fruits, like fruit are very healthy for you, right? And you're like a ripe fruit here, is how I'm picturing you. So I see a lot of people maybe trying to get your attention because you have so much to offer the world. You have a lot of options is basically what I'm saying, and men really see that. Even if they're coming at you for a romantic interest, they just see that you have a lot of options, and they definitely want to like be the best one here. Very interesting. I feel like you see how this life thingy what's it called? Not a buoy. What is it? Like not a life vest either. It's like one of those things they throw out, like a life floaty thingy. I'm so sorry, pile number one. Anyway, so I see you like throwing that out to help people in, as in it's your heart, so it's the heart shape, but then you pull it back in. You always are calling back your energy because you know a lot of people are out here to take from you, right? Take from your loving energy. So that is something that's coming through, and I feel like a lot of men do kind of try to do that sometimes. You might be well traveled here as well, or you live by the water, or you just love the water, or maybe there's something in your house that's like decorated, like you could have a bathroom that's decorated like you're at the beach or something. Let's see. And just men notice it. If they come over to your like, I heard pad, if they come over to your house, and like they might notice like your decor in your house as well. That just kind of adds to your personality here. I feel like you are very refined. It's like you're very soft-spoken maybe, and very like, not shy, but you take your time with what you say. and you're not super outspoken, so people might mistake your like kindness for weakness. A lot of men. So let's see. What do men view you? How do they view you? Wow. Okay. I love this actually. So we got the dancer. You quite literally could be a dancer as well. We have self-expression and strength. You see? Strength right here and strength right here. Yeah. You could literally work out and you could have like your physical frame literally could be strong. But you could be very like maybe you are stronger than you look like. So you might be one of those people that like looks kind of like thin or frail, or just like you can't lift something, like lift a bag that's like 50 pounds. It looks like you can't even do that. But you surprise people with your actual physical strength. But I also feel like you surprise men with your devotion to yourself and your self-expression. So there might be, I feel like there's two sides of this coin, where the more toxic masculine energies that are interested in you or around you or are around you might kind of look down on your self-expression and being like, they might just judge your self-expression. Not that they think you're immature, but it's more so like you're wasting your time. With that type of thing, because they do see your potential here. So the more masculine males who are looking at you, who have formed opinions of you, could be thinking that you might be wasting your time with your self-expression, however that populates in your life or shows up. But we do have the dancer here, so you could literally do, like I said, you could dance, you could just express yourself through like nature, you could paint, you could draw, you could do tarot readings like I was saying. Just for your hobbies, you could hula hoop as well, or maybe you just wear beautiful jewelry and you're like your hair is done and your makeup and stuff like that. So some men who are more in their toxic energy could disapprove of that because they feel like your talent or your natural beauty is wasted by putting on these adornments or doing what you do creatively. But I feel like those masculine energies who are not in their toxic energy actually really appreciate your strength and how you can freely express yourself and your pain and like transmute it that way. Okay, and they really admire that. I feel like regardless if they're coming from more toxic energy or more positive energy, I feel like all the males, all the men in your life really see you as someone with great potential here, and someone with a lot of talents, a lot of like things at their disposal here. Let me get some more cards. So let's see. Can I get one of these, please, for my pile number ones? How do men view my pile number ones? Please. Wow, okay, so we have number 39 here with community. So you might run into a lot of men in your community. You could literally go to church. I don't know why I'm getting church vibes, but that could pertain to your situation. It doesn't have to. But I'm also getting that you guys maybe have a good family life, or you're just always surrounded by people, or you just have a good community around you, or a good community that supports you. This literally could just be like a community on YouTube that supports you, or you have a big following on Instagram or something like that. But there is something about a community here around you that really celebrates you. And you could literally be like a dance teacher. You could be, like giving to charity, and these charities really support you and have your back and stuff like that. Also, I'm getting like a Midas touch type of energy. Just now looking at this, see how this background is like almost gold. So I'm getting that everything you touch turns to gold, it seems like. And a lot of people see that in you, and they see your potential. A lot of you guys who did pick this pile are in like your 30s and something like that, and maybe you've just gone through your first Saturn return and everything, and it really like shifted your perspective on the world and made you more open to community, more open to just helping people. I feel like you do help your community in some type of way. You literally might like bake goods for like the elderly, or you could just, even sell some of your like vegetables, fruit you grow in your garden type. So very interesting here. I do feel like you have a green thumb of sorts, pile number 1. Let's see, do I want to pull out any more cards before we get into tarot? Let's see. We can pull out some of these. I love these. How do men view my pile number ones, please? Wow, okay. So we got memory with 29 and 49 with territory. Yeah, I feel like you're very territorial of like your space and how in your community. Like you're very territorial about your community. You could live in a city again, or by the water, or both. We also got memories. So a lot of men who meet you, like even in passing, they'll like remember you. They'll be like, oh, I remember that person. Like there might be literally men or people in your community, men in your community who like occasionally see you or like look at you, but they never talk to you, but they remember you. It's like they just see you around and they're just kind of admiring you. I feel like you're a very like, as much as you love to be open and helping people, I do feel like a lot of the times you keep to yourself. Like I said, there's layers to it. And so a lot of people are just intrigued by you because you do give off kind of a mysterious energy. Like, where does this person come from? Why are they so territorial? Why are they stuck on my mind? With this memory here, I do feel like men just kind of like just remember you. Like they just keep you in your mind. Whether you stay long or not, I feel like, again, you don't get close to a lot of people. So a lot of these men just know you in passing. For example, you could just go and get coffee every morning at the same coffee shop, and there's like this barista who and he just remembers you. Like this guy at this coffee shop just sees you every morning, and you're just kind of constantly on his mind. That type of energy going on here. So very interesting, pile number one. But I actually want to get some tarot out now. And let's get some more information. I'm excited about today because, believe it or not, I just now got my Mystic Mondays tarot. The story behind me getting one of these, even though it's so readily available on Amazon, is like a whole story time video type. So I'm just glad I have it now because I went through so much to get this deck. So isn't that pretty though? I know this type of deck isn't for everybody, but you know. So what do men think of pile number one? So that's an interesting start. It makes sense. We got, this is kind of just reiterating what we said. We have the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. The 10 of Swords talks about pain, but also like a painful ending, or just like an end to pain as well. So I feel like with the 6 of Swords coming after that card, the 6 of Swords talks about moving on from troubled waters. It talks about, yeah, like just moving on from pain and things that hurt you. I feel like mentally you've really grown. I've heard in the past year you've really grown to where you can really fully put your heart on your sleeve and love people for who they are, even if they are rude to you or anything like that. So, and yeah, a lot of people here with the Strength card, and we got the Strength card again with the Dancer, the Strength keyword. I feel like, again, with this, people think you're very strong, people think you've been through a lot, but they also see that you can move on quickly from it and that you really are able to transmute your pain in a very creative way, in a very like seamless way now. So if somebody like hurts you, you can just kind of, not that it happens instantly overnight that you're over it or that you're over your pain or anything, but I feel like you're just able to kind of shake it off and be like, life keeps moving, we keep moving, you know? Very beautiful. What do men think of my pile number ones, please? I was hoping to get like more physical traits with you guys, but I feel like it's more so just like you're a good person. How do men see my pile number ones? Wow, okay. So I got an interesting download from this. So we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment card. So so some people might feel like you make decisions slowly here because the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. The Judgment card can talk about making decisions, but it's also about like judging yourself and others, just making judgments and being like, also talks about karma, reaping what you sow and answering for what you've done. So with this, I feel like some men, I don't know why I keep on saying people, but I feel like men kind of feel like you get back to them at your own time. So some men might be a little bit patient, especially if it's like when it comes to romantic offers and stuff. Some men might give you a romantic offer and you kind of take your time with it because you're kind of judging, you're like sussing out the situation here. And sometimes men will have like, not a negative opinion about it, but they might not be as patient as you, pile number one, because I do feel like, again, you're very, very patient with people and just situations in your life in general. So sometimes people might not fully understand that as well. I do see men viewing you as being on your life's goal, on your life's purpose, or at least trying to get there, trying to make a bag right now. Also with judgment, some men could feel like judged by you. I don't feel like you do judge people like that. Maybe you do, but I do feel like some men feel like you're really judging them for their character and that they can't live up to your standards here. I'm getting drawn to these two moons here. And one's higher up than the other, where the rest of this card is completely balanced. So I kind of see you as being up here, and like the man who is actually judging you thinks that you are judging them because they put you on a pedestal, which is not fair, but I do see that happening a lot to you. Also, this little square rectangle, not square, this little rectangle right here, I know it's kind of like a portal here or something, but it kind of reminds me of a mirror. Could be a mirror. So I feel like you really reflect men's character back towards them, maybe because you are more in a masculine energy, at least as you're watching this reading, you could feel like you are more in a masculine energy, and so some men might be intimidated by that. Let's clarify some of these energies, okay? Let's clarify this Ten of Swords. I'm interested in clarifying that. Ten of Swords, please. Thank you. So we got the World. Yeah, exactly. This I didn't even know. I didn't even need to clarify those cards, because that's exactly what I was saying. The World card talks about like the end of a cycle, just kind of bringing things to a close and just accepting things for what they are and moving on and starting a new cycle, because the World card is the end of the major arcana, and then you have the Fool right after, starting another cycle of the major arcana. So you might have recently gone through a big cycle in your life. Like I was saying, you kind of, in the past year, maybe you went through some sort of spiritual awakening or something, and it made you maybe pull back your energy from people a little bit. But also, you still have an open heart. Like I still feel like you have an open heart to really help people. So that's kind of the best energy to be in. Clarify this Knight of Pentacles, please. Wow. Yeah. This is kind of what I was saying about the money situation. Are you going towards your dreams? We have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like men see you not only weighing your options when it comes to them, but I also see you guys prioritizing your stability and your finances here with this Ten of Pentacles, more so than you do love, or more so than you do like your masculine connections, than you do impressing anyone as well. I feel like you guys are just kind of focused on your bag right now. You could be looking for love, but not in any type of way that is like affecting your bag, you know? Like you're not gonna let anyone come in and affect your money. So if somebody aligns with that, then great, they can stay, you know? But if they don't, then, you know, you're kind of getting a judgment here by you. So, which is fair enough, pile number one. I feel like maybe in the past people have taken advantage of you for your money or something like that. Could be I was gonna say a weak spot, but it's not, like a soft spot or a soft topic for you. But yeah. So you also do look like you have a decent amount of money. Like I feel like you present yourself pretty well. I feel like there is kind of mysteriousness, a kind of a sadness to you, but I also feel like people can sense your hope for the future and that you are an optimist. And some people in the past, maybe even past lovers, might have told you, or past men in your life that are trying to control you, might have told you that you were a pessimist. Just because you would maybe feel free for talking about like your pain or your struggles or like how people have hurt you in the past, but you were literally just explaining that to them. Not that you're continuing to dwell on that and move forward, because I see you ending cycles here. And I do see you moving forward and looking towards the future and being optimistic and positive about your future. But some people might not understand that, especially people who want to bring you down and kind of want you to be stuck in that pessimistic mind state, you know? So Interesting. Let's clear off this energy now, and I'm gonna get you just a general card of advice because I love to do that in my readings. I think that's always a nice touch to readings when they end off with like just a card of advice, like general advice for you. So let me get I'm just gonna get one card here for you for my pile number ones. Can I get a card of advice for my pile number ones, what they can be doing right now in their life for their greatest and highest good? I love this. So we have full moon in Leo with go wild. Love that. So yeah, Spirit's just saying go wild. You're doing a great job. Just be free. Just don't if you're at this reading and you really care about what men think of you, just like shake it off and like go wild here, okay? Just let it go. And be more accepting of yourself. Again, like I was saying, people might have judged you for your self-expression, and Leo is all about self-expression. So Spirit's asking you to right now in this moment just don't feel judgment from other people about how you express yourself. Be confident in what you enjoy. Be confident in how you express yourself, and how, even when it comes to just communication, if you have like a lisp, if you have something about the way you speak that other people might not agree with or enjoy, just accept it. Be like, this is who I am, you know, as long as there's a line there, like don't be rude to people like outright, but you know what I'm saying, like if there's a way that you talk that's just how you talk but people have a problem with it, then you know, just let the haters be haters, right? And go wild, express yourself freely, pile number one. So I love that for you. If this resonated with you and it helped you, please let me know in the comments down below. I love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, pile number two. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this beautiful card right here with the marten and foxglove and the keyword mischief, or this beautiful carnelian crystal right here, then you're in the right place today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how men view you. So you could be a man, identify as a man yourself, and just take whatever resonates. Or you could just be a woman, seeing how men view you, whether in a romantic sense or platonic. But just take the messages if they resonate and leave the rest. So let's just shuffle some oracle cards first here on camera, and to get some quick information about how men view you. So what I am first getting here with this carnelian and this mischief card is that you're kind of like a firecracker. Like you like to cause mischief, maybe you talk really fast, maybe you're in and out of men's lives sometimes, or they just kind of see you as kind of feisty, pile number two. I feel like you're very quick-witted. I feel like you're very funny as well. Men find you very funny. You could have like maybe like orange or like red undertones to your skin, or like I'm kind of getting off of this carnelian crystal. You could have red or orange hair, or like something like that. Okay, you don't have to. You could have a smaller nose is what I'm getting. You could have like smaller pointier features on your face, and then or like really dainty hands or something like that. You don't have to. I heard small nail beds for some reason. So if that resonates, then it does. I don't know why that came through. Maybe you guys really like roses or flowers, or you just like the color red, or you look good in the color red and men really notice that about you, or in pinks, yellows type of energy here. Let's see what else. Or in greens. So let's see. How do men view my pile number twos, please? Okay, wow, okay. Let me just take the two that flipped over. I don't want too many cards. Wow, that's actually crazy that we got this. Hold on, let me show you. So we got two child archetype cards. So we got child nature here, which says friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits here, okay? And then we also have child magical, with seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible, okay? We also have a shadow attribute to this card. It says pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Okay, so this is kind of telling me that some men might see you a little bit as immature, not too strong here, but maybe you just have like a childlike nature here. Okay, so you might love being out in nature. You could have a higher toned voice for some of you guys. You just kind of give me like a little fairy who lives out in the woods with like all her little magical creatures, like Snow White basically. You're giving me Snow White vibes. Like I feel like you're very soft, you're very, very feminine. You exude just strong, almost overpowering feminine energy, which in turn does attract a lot of masculine energy, but also like toxic masculinity. So I feel like you do deal with a lot of toxic men who kind of try to want to take advantage of you. I'm sorry, pile number 2, if that resonates. Again, I do feel like you are some sort of firecracker, but you're like kind of chaotic with it. Because we have this child nature here, and it's giving me like you just act a lot younger than you actually are, or maybe you just act young because you are young. You give off a very young type of flighty energy. Maybe you hop from like one job to the next, okay? Or you just have this really, like, all I'm getting is like a youthful like energy, and it's very beautiful. You could have a lot of animals that you take care of, or maybe you just do something with, I heard with art, like maybe you're some type of artist that might have to do, maybe with your hands. I feel like with your hands, you might do like a lot of healing energy. You could do Reiki, but you also do a lot of like art, maybe like arts and crafts. You could be a teacher here that deals with children. So maybe you have to put on more of a front of like relating to these children as well. Okay, so that could be something here. Yeah, I feel like some men feel like you're up to no good with them. Like, I'm getting the vibe, especially with older men, I'm getting, since you come off as very young, not only do you attract people who might not have the best interest, like older men who might not have the best interest, if you get where I'm coming from, but also I feel like there's just a lot of men who kind of see you as less than because of your innocence, because of your naivety, or like your little firecracker spirit. And some men might feel intimidated by that energy. It might try to like put you down, or maybe even body shame you. I'm sorry, pile number 2. I don't know why all these negative things are coming about how men view you, but I feel like that kind of is the case. For those masculine energies, for those men in your life who you don't really see as toxic like that, I do just see, let me make sure this is in frame, okay? I do see that, they kind of enjoy your sporadic nature. They kind of enjoy where your thought patterns go. Maybe not to diagnose any of you, but if you are already diagnosed, you could be like ADHD, or present that type of energy where your mind's just racing all the time. You're just kind of all over the place. You have a lot of energy, and maybe some men can't keep up with that as well. But for those who can, I feel like you're just the light of their life. Like, you just bright up their soul. You're just very enjoyable to be around for those who are not like just miserable with their lives, basically. I feel like you just bring a lot of light and happiness into like all people's lives, men and women, you know? Even animals, like let's see what else comes through though. How do men see my pile number 2, please? Ooh, I heard a Megan Thee Stallion with body yaddy yaddy. So we got number 56 here with body. So yeah, you guys could have an amazing body, okay, on you. Maybe you were just like, maybe you even hide your bodies for some of you, not all of you guys. And men kind of find that intriguing. But I do feel like men look at your body. Like, you might have some assets, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you have like nice, I don't know why I'm getting like nice thighs, or maybe you have bigger like breasts or something like that. And men just like really fawn over that, okay? Maybe even feet for some of you guys, okay? Or there's just like something about, you could have like, not like, I am getting like maybe smaller features here, and again, you could be smaller in stature and size. You don't have to be. Maybe you are tall, but you're just a little bit on the thinner side. I feel like just the shape, like the curves of your body are very noticeable, and men just love that. Like, I feel like they love your speaking voice, but they more so like it when you just, I feel like you kind of smize a lot, you know, like where, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of just like kind of a Mona Lisa type of smile, or like you kind of just like, you see how she's like giving like a look here, like almost like a disappointed look, but at the same time it's very mischievous. It's very like flirty. That's the right word. You guys are very flirty, especially with how you look at men. You could give them like little looks. You could play like coy, like shy, where like somebody will ask you, oh, are you into this? And you're like, maybe. Like, I guess you'll have to find out. So I feel like you are a flirt. And men actually really enjoy that. And they enjoy your body as well. Beautiful. You could go, I would say go out with friends. I do see you going out with friends, maybe even like to the mall or just somewhere outside. And men really enjoy looking at you in your, I heard natural habitat, so whatever that is to you. I feel like you're kind of in dream world sometimes as well, and like men just notice that you're like staring off into space sometimes, and they kind of find it really cute. You're just very cute to men. Let's see what else comes out. How do men view my pile number 2s? Okay, interesting. So we have the aspirant, or with ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Yeah, I feel like you guys are very like headstrong in your own way. Like I said before, like fiery, where you have a lot of ambition, you have big dreams, big goals for yourself. And I feel like you do, to the best of your ability, I feel like you really do even achieve your goals. I feel like you really go after your goals. You are really headstrong when it comes to that. I feel like not a lot of people can tell you what to do. You're just gonna kind of do what you're going to do, okay? And I feel like you are very diligent with your craft, or maybe some sort of art form. I do feel like you are, some men might call you sensitive, but I feel like you're just an empath. I feel like you could be like a Cancer or a Pisces over here, or maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Sorry about the background noise. I'm so sorry, pile number 2. Hopefully that goes away in a second. But yeah, a lot of men just see you as someone with arms open, right? Like just, you know, being very, very open to that type of energy. Let's get another card up on here for you, pile number 2. How do men see you, my pile number 2s? I guess we'll take both of these cards since they both wanted to come out. Taking a lot of cards for your pile. Ooh, so we got a message and we got thoughts. Wow, so this is telling me a lot. With this thoughts card, you see how he's like thinking of her? So, oh, I see how he has paper here with pencils and stuff like that, and then this is like on a desk similar to this, right? And there's like a note in a guy's hand. So I feel like there's a lot of men actually like either in your DMs or literally writing letters that are like writing it out, like typing it out, and then deleting it, right? Because they'll be like, ooh, like I just want to give this person all these compliments, but then they second guess themselves, they overthink it, and then they're like, nah, pile number 2 would not be interested in somebody like me. Maybe I'm too serious, maybe I'm too old, maybe I'm too, you know, I'm just not a good fit for her. Because I feel like you kind of do come across as a wild card, and a lot of men don't think they can quote unquote handle it if they got to know you or talk to you or anything like that. But just men in general do kind of have you on their mind. Like I do feel like your body is like exquisite. I feel like even if you don't believe that, I feel like a lot of men do believe that. And I do see a lot of men like writing letters, deleting it. Some might actually literally DM you and stuff. See how there's a 7 here and 6 and 1 reduced to 7 as well. So I feel like you bring a lot of positivity into people's lives and a lot of luck. You just seem to be very lucky, and guys kind of notice that about you. It's like some guys might have an idea that you aren't really like, not an idea, some people might, or men might assume that you have nowhere where you're going in life, like not a direct plan. But here with this ambition and diligence, I do see you actually having a plan for your life. You're just kind of a more go with the flow type of person, and you're kind of more in the moment type of person, and some people might not understand that, okay? I feel like some guys definitely do not understand that, but there's definitely a lot of people who are like ready to send that message in your DMs, pile number 2. So very, very interesting. Let's clear off this energy right now though. Lovely. I love your energy, pile number 2. It's so cute. It's so like innocent, but in like a spicy type of way. Okay. I feel like, again, that's how men see you. Now let's get some tarot cards up on here to get some more information, all right? So for my pile number 2s, how do men view my pile number 2s, please? Wow, okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Wow. So for some of you guys, I'm kind of seeing not this King of Pentacles as you. I'm seeing it more so as men who are interested in you. I feel like you really attract men who are like older. I do feel like you attract men who are older, are more secure, who are more like in their bag, all about their money, who are very more like, you attract men who feel like they're more accomplished than you for one reason or another. So some men feel like they can come at you with money so they can control you. You might have some men looking at you as like maybe you need to make them feel young again, or you know, that type of energy, because you exude the Six of Wands energy. Like you are just this girl right here. You are just free, fun-loving, free. You could literally be older and watching this reading, but you exude such young energy that like guys who are maybe a little bit more laid back or more chill are just really drawn to your energy. It's almost like, oh, if I have pile number 2, then they can bring a lot of spice into my life, into my bedroom, into like everything, right? So they definitely see you as a fun-loving type and see you as someone who wins, because we have the Six of Wands that talks about winning, okay? That talks about being on top and winning a battle. So I do see you as someone who just kind of, it seems like you just go through life just like constantly getting lucky and winning. So maybe some men kind of want to be a part of that as well. I feel like maybe your lips, men really love your lips. I don't know why that's coming out as well, but you might have really beautiful lips. Or just very like pointy lips. I don't know how else to describe that. You know, like your Cupid's bow or whatever on your lip, it might be a little like more exaggerated, or there's just something, or just the way you do your makeup is a little bit exaggerated on your lips, and men really enjoy that as well. Men really enjoy you out in nature or out in the sun or just walking around the mall or something. Like men really love to just observe you again in your natural habitat. Let's see what else. Wow, Six of Cups. So you're just constantly on guys' minds. Like, the Six of Cups talks about past energy. It talks about having fond memories. So any exes, they are still in love with you. They really miss your connection and high vibe. I do feel like you are someone who is kind of quick to leave romantic partners or potential partners. You're somebody who might go out on some dates, really give them a fun time, and while you're on the date, you like will like just act like everything's okay, but you might have a habit, pile number 2, of kind of like ghosting men a little bit, or just kind of being untouchable, or just flirting with them here and there and then just kind of disappearing, and men like kind of love it. Whether we're gonna classify it as toxic or not here, that's not my opinion to judge, okay? I definitely have been there in my past when I was younger, so no judgment here, but I do see you kind of doing that, you know? Let's see. What else can I get for my pile number 2s? How do men view my pile number 2s? Ooh, okay, so we got the Seven of Swords. So, one thing about this deck is that it gets a lot of fingerprints on it, so sorry about that if you could see that, but we have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, they might see you as someone with an ulterior motive, pile number 2. This is kind of fun. I love your reading. It's so fun. It's so spicy like you are. It's like it has a lot of sass. She even looks like she has a lot of sass. She's doing like the little like Italian little like hand over here or something. So you might literally be Italian, or maybe you do dancing or ballet. What am I being? You might be a ballerina or something like that. And yeah, I feel like you just are like a little bit of a heartbreaker, pile number 2, not gonna lie. I do feel like men kind of see you as having an ulterior motive. Maybe if they do have money, they're just putting their insecurities onto you. That could happen to you a lot. But I do feel like people are like, how could she be so happy like without a man? Or how can they be so happy without a man? Like if you identify as male or masculine as well, they're like, how could they be so happy like without anybody? How can they be so sure of themselves to like cut me off, you know? Like it's definitely that type of energy. And they're like, but she acts so innocent, she acts so naive, but at the same time I feel like she could like slit my throat in the middle of the night type of energy. Your energy is so fun, pile number 2. This is such a fun reading. Okay, let me clarify this. Six of Wands, please. Let me clarify this. Ooh, okay. Okay, Four of Wands. Yeah, you're the kind of the life of the party. The Four of Wands can talk about celebrations. It can talk about a sturdy foundation, but I'm more so getting like celebrations. Maybe if you've been to a party recently, there was a lot of men there who were kind of looking at you, just having a fun time. You might like to drink a lot as well. Pile number 2, we do have like all the cups here, right? And I don't know why I'm being drawn. I mean, this is the cups suit, but I'm just being drawn to like this like energy here. So I am getting that you might drink a lot, you might like to let loose, let your hair down and just have a good time. And some men really love it, some men do struggle with it, but I feel like all of them are just enamored by your life energy. Like, especially if you are older, you just exude so much energy. And people are like, how do you get so much energy? I feel like it's just because you live in the moment and you don't let like the past or the future really hold you down. You kind of just live your truth. And in that way, you're not exhausted like everybody else who is kind of putting on a front. Clarify the Six of Cups. I am definitely going to clarify that Seven of Swords too, but let me clarify the Six of Cups. So we got, yeah, the Six of Swords. Yeah. So it's like you move on really quickly. These men do not. Yeah. And now let's clarify this Seven of Swords, pile number 2. So, Seven of Swords. Let's see. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is kind of confirming what I was saying. The Ace of Pentacles talks about like a gift being given or like something, just an offer, right? And the Seven of Swords can talk about sneaky energy, which what I was getting is kind of your energy. So it's like men are just kind of wondering like if you really mean well with your offerings. And I feel like you do. I feel like you aren't really someone who would backstab anybody for just any old reason. You might, but I do feel like you have your reasons, and maybe you don't tell these men that you have a reason for the way you act, and they just so that's why they seem more manipulative, sneaky energy, when really it's just you holding strong boundaries, okay? I mean, yeah, there is a difference between having boundaries and just being a complete, like, B-word, you know? But I do feel like you are someone who is just like out for a good time. Maybe you're just happy being single and just having fun. Maybe you just go out with and not even use men for fun. Maybe if you know, but I don't feel like you use men. I feel like you're very upfront with how you feel and everything, but that's how you get these men trapped in their mind. They're just constantly thinking about you because you're just such a fun, loving person, pile number 2, and they're just honestly kind of jealous. I feel like a lot of men are just jealous of you and your feminine energy, because I feel like a lot of masculine men out there have a very unbalanced feminine and masculine energy. So see how it's like super balanced here? I feel like you are very balanced in both energies, and that's what surprises them, is that you actually are balanced in your masculine energy. It's just you express more of a feminine energy most of the time, which attracts them in, right? But that also attracts in the more unbalanced masculine energies, because they exude so much masculine energy and they see you exuding so much feminine energy that it's kind of like a moth to a flame type of thing. So I do see you as like some type of hot flame, and they do too. It's like, whoa, look at pile number 2, like, you know. But let's get a last card of advice for you. I just like having, like, at the end of my readings, I like just giving general advice for you. I feel like this is just a nice way to end a reading, you know? It's just like giving you something to leave you off with, besides just like you are the most amazing human on this earth, you know? That's not enough. We need some advice, right, from spirit. So for my pile number 2s, thank you. Let's see. Wow, okay, so we got, I don't think I've ever pulled this card in a reading before. That's interesting. So we have last quarter moon in Leo with lighten up. Yeah, I feel like you guys do lighten up, but sometimes I feel like if you're sitting home alone in your room, you kind of just dwell on your thoughts. That's like your alone time. That's your time to just kind of like sit there and think about the day. Whenever you're in those times, just like lighten up. I do feel you guys as very lighthearted people, as someone who doesn't take life very seriously. But you know, maybe everyone deals with their negative thoughts sometimes. Everyone deals with that. And so maybe when you're watching this reading, you're kind of in a lower mood. So Spirit's just saying, like, you are beautiful. Like, you guys literally could be Leos as well. You guys literally are so beautiful. You can get any man you want. You know, you can get any woman you want if that's your way. You can have anyone you want. So just like lighten up. Again, I don't feel like you guys take life too seriously, and this is almost just like a confirmation for you. But, you know, it's always good to practice that all the time as well. So, anyways, I hope that helped you, pile number 1. I hope that resonated. Or pile number 2, sorry. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this beautiful badger and ginkgo tree card with healing wounds, or this beautiful rainbow obsidian crystal, then you're in the right place today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how men view you, okay? What do men think whenever they see you, okay? So this could be any man in your life. I'm going to be more focused on like romantic interest men, but just take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Also, if you're a man coming to this reading, that's perfectly fine. Just take whatever resonates. So let's just head into it. I'm going to pull some oracle cards on camera to get some more information about how men view you, pile number 3. Though first off, you guys might wear a lot of black, maybe even black and white here with this badger and your crystal here. Men could kind of see you as someone with a lot of boundaries up, is what I'm getting here with this obsidian crystal, and also with the healing wounds. It's kind of giving me the vibe that you guys aren't exactly open to anybody coming into your life right now, you know? Not anyone you know any closely. So you might be like walking around and like men can just feel that you don't want to talk to them. That you don't want their energy. So completely valid, pile number 3. But let's see what else. That might not resonate. So let's see what else comes out for you, pile number 3. For my pile number 3s. How do men view my pile number 3s, please? How do men view my pile number 3s? Wow. Okay. I got such an interesting download when this card came out, but let's read it. So we got Saboteur. This says, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. I kind of got an image when I saw this right here with her with the hot air balloon that you guys men kind of see you as someone who like sabotages relationships by like leaving them. And this could be from like a toxic ex point of view. Okay, so just take whatever resonates. Sorry, my chair just keeps making noises today. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, so it's like you know when to get out of a bad situation, or maybe you've recently been through a situation, especially when it came to a romantic partner, where you had to really leave and like let go of that. So you're not really in the mood to entertain that, first of all, but also men might think you sabotage relationships with them. Now, what I mean by this is, say you did get out of a toxic situation in your past and it took a lot out of you. So you're very weary about like men or dating in general. Okay, if this applies to a romantic connection, of course, take what resonates. And this could apply to like friends who are men in anything, or people who want to be your friend. So now men kind of see you as someone who sabotages their relationship with you because you're just afraid of getting hurt. So example, you could go out on a couple dates with this man, and then you might pull away your energy and be like, no, never mind, I don't really want that. And like, no fault really, I mean, not to say no fault of your own, but I do feel like it's a self-preserving tactic. It's something that you're having to deal with right now. So some men might think that you sabotage relationships with them because you're afraid of getting hurt. Now that could be the case, or maybe it's just you literally seeing red flags in them and you're like, nah, I'm not going to entertain that, okay? So, but either way, men do kind of see you as a saboteur. Maybe of your own happiness. This could go a little bit deep right here, so I'm sorry to like right off the bat, pile number 3, but you could have a tendency to almost like sabotage the good in your life because you're afraid of it, you know? So some toxic men might kind of take that and run with it, being like, oh, I'm such a good thing in her life, why did she sabotage our relationship, when really they were the toxic one, you know, and you were just protecting your peace. But you could literally sabotage because you were afraid of getting hurt. So again, take whatever resonates. You could wear darker colors, or I'm kind of like, you see this green floral, not floral, but fauna type of print and energy in your group. You could literally live in a more tropical place. Or you don't have to. Maybe you're at a high altitude place as well. Maybe you see good sunsets. I'm being drawn to like almost this sunset energy right here, so you could live somewhere there, or maybe some guy took you to a sunset and this is kind of specifically what he thinks. But let's get more cards out before I continue talking. So let's see. For my pile number 3s, how do men view my pile number 3s, please? I guess we're getting 2 cards for that. Wow. Alright, so we got the All-Knower with number 14, and we have the Pink Bubby Fairy. These are 2, like, almost opposite energies. That's so funny. I'm over here laughing because, like, what? So, yeah, with this, the All-Knower, it's like, some men might call you like a know-it-all type of thing, but kind of in a negative light where it's like you're like, oh, I don't think this is gonna work out, and men will be like, oh, know-it-all, like, how do you know it's not gonna work out? Kind of in a toxic energy that could happen to you sometimes, but I feel like men kind of know, like, you kind of can see right through them. I feel like you really do see men for who they are. And in turn, it kind of scares them because, like, they kind of know that you do. So some of them in their more toxic energy might blame it on you being hurt from the past, which is part of it might be, but part of it I feel like is just because you've learned from those traits in other people. So it's completely valid for you to see that in somebody else and be like, no, I don't need that, you know. But you could be accused of being like a know-it-all or something for that type of energy. We also have the Pink Bubby Fairy, which is really funny because this energy is all about happiness, pink sparkles, like, you know, it's just like the energy, a Pink Bubby Fairy. However you imagine that energy, that is what this card is about, okay? It does kind of deal with like superficial things as well. So maybe some men think you put on like maybe I do get you have 2 sides to you, where there's a part of you that's like almost like just really pessimistic, but then you also have a side of you that's kind of really energetic, really happy. And I feel like men get confused by this energy, but really it's not confusing at all. But I do get the sense that some men perceive this energy as fake, or they see this energy in you, so they assume one thing about you, but then you're actually another. Or they get confused by these 2 energies is because, say you start to get to know somebody, you go on like 2 dates with them. Oh, hi, Sir Barks a lot. Nice of you to show up. So you go on... It sounds like I really hate him, but like he just has bad timing. It's okay. I love Sir Barks a lot. So, yeah, it's like, so men start to get to know you, right? Pile number 3. And then, like, so you're just nice to them because you're a nice person. You're a very forgiving person. So you show them this side of you who is like the real you, the excitable you, the one who's not like dealing with a lot of hurt and pain, just someone who is very beautiful. But then they might do something toxic where they might not even realize that they're doing something toxic. And then you just completely switch it up. And then you're like, no, I'm not going to take that. And you call them out on their BS, basically. You do seem like a Queen of Swords type of energy where you'll call people out on their BS, okay? And so men are like, why are you trying to sabotage this relationship? I thought we were good. But in reality, they did something toxic. It's just maybe you might not express it because you're kind of just done with it. So at this point, you might not give people, like, I do feel like you are forgiving, but maybe not as much as you were in the past, right? So it's like you're understanding into a point where it's just like you can't understand somebody anymore, and then you're like, you know what, I know better, I'm gonna do better with my life, you know? So they get kind of 2 sides of you, you know, the side of you that's not hurt by them, but once they kind of hurt you or disrespect you, then you turn into like the all-knower, you know, over here. Let's see what else comes out. So can I get another card about how men view my pile number 3s, please? Thank you. So we got the Tailor. Very interesting. Attention to detail and pride. So yeah, some men might think you're very prideful, but I feel like you just pay attention to detail. That's it. Like kind of that all-knower energy. It's like you're very, very perceptive. You're very precise with your words. You're very precise with everything you do. And in that way, some people might kind of call you like the B word. Like they might think that you are just really ruthless, but it's really because you see the hidden subtleties of, you know, toxic behaviors in people, and like people not telling the truth, or people trying to make you their puppet. You see how like this hand is almost like holding this string like a puppet, but then this hand is coming in and like cutting it. So it's almost like you cut these people's like illusions or their puppeteer strings that they're trying to lodge into you. And now I'm trying to get some physical aspects for you that men really notice, but I feel like your energy is very guarded right now. So maybe come back to this reading in like a couple weeks, maybe a couple months if you're feeling a little bit different, and then, or maybe you're going out more, or maybe you're more open to men, so it might be a different energy. This is just only like basically tarot is just a screenshot or like a moment in time of a specific energy. So this could change, you know, like, but I am getting that for right now your energy is kind of blocked off towards men, and in that way it's kind of reflecting back not only on them but also in this reading. Okay, I do feel like you might be really good with your hands. I feel like you're very talented in something, and a lot of men want to know more about that talent, but I feel like they don't really get there. I feel like you cut them off before they know, but maybe not exactly, but you do have that type of energy where it's like, you can't touch me. So men kind of want to know more about you as well, because they see one side to you, and then they might look at you another way another day, and you're kind of looking off, and you're kind of like in this like more melancholy energy. Or like pensive energy, and they just kind of want to know what's up with you. You're very like mysterious. Let's see, for my pile number 3s. So I think men make a lot of assumptions about you as well. But let's see. How do men... Okay, I'm not going to take all of those. Can I get one card, please, for how do men view my pile number 3s? How do men view my pile number 3s? Thank you. So we got the, wow, number 12 here with privileged lady. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, pile number 3. When this first popped out, I kind of got a sarcastic. I literally heard a man in my mind. Like this sounds crazy, but I literally heard guys saying to you, like, "Oh, you're so stuck up. Oh, you're such a like a rich girl, or you are. You don't have to be a girl, but this is the energy, right? Oh, you're so privileged. You have like maybe you come from old money. You literally could be the case or not, but maybe you give kind of a snobby type of vibe to men who are insecure, and I feel like maybe you've had to deal with that type of energy before or currently or something. And because I feel like you do dress very well. I feel like you have expensive clothes, or you just look very expensive. So maybe that also gives an air of like untouchability for some guys and some men out there. But I do feel like it's more so you just like the details of things. You literally could be a Virgo here. We see a lot of green energy, so you could be a I was almost said Cancer, but I was gonna say Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. Definitely could be Virgo or Taurus strong here. Maybe Libra as well, because there's a dichotomy here. So maybe Aquarius. But I do feel like there's a certain level that you're on that men don't feel like they can live up to. I do feel like you are very like naturally beautiful. I don't feel like you wear a lot of makeup, and if you do, it's like your natural beauty shines through. It's like you might have like fuller cheeks almost, or like just a wider jaw. You don't have to, or like just like I said, like fuller cheeks or something like that. Some of you could have literally gotten like Botox or something like that. That's also a thing coming through here. Not for all of you guys, but I do. So men notice that. Men also, like, there's something about the holidays here. I don't know what it is, especially like Yuletide, like Christmas or something like that. So maybe you see a lot of men around that time, or around the workplace or something like that. I don't even know if you could be like stay-at-home moms, or you could be single mothers here. Or maybe you just work with all women. So I don't feel like you come across that many men in your day-to-day life, but I could be wrong. Men do feel like you're sophisticated. Men feel you might smell really good as well. Again, I feel like you have two sides of you, where maybe even around women you're very happy and joyful and stuff, but when it comes to like men, maybe you have past trauma, so you don't trust a lot of men or something like that. So they definitely feel that vibe from you of you not being very trustworthy of them as well. I do feel like you kind of maybe not cover up your body. You could wear revealing clothes, but I feel like you're more reserved though. Even with your revealing clothes, I do feel like you're a little bit more reserved, or you give off that energy as well. So you could have a butt on you. You could have an ass on you, okay? I do see that as well, though. So some men might be, like, eyeing that a little bit, being like, you think you're hiding that, but Anyways, let's get a couple more cards to see how men view you, pile number 3. So let's see. How do men view my pile number 3s? I don't know why I'm getting like hoop earrings as well, but okay. I just want to get 2 of those. So let me put this over here. Don't spill my drink. And we got the abundance card, which, yeah, I was saying you look rich. You look like you have an abundance. Even if you consider yourself like dirt poor, like you come across as rich. You might have really clear skin or something. So it looks like you have money to spend on that. Or you just buy really nice things. Even if you have a few things, they're very, very nice and of high quality. You might literally sew your own clothes or something like that as well. And wow, we have number 10 with community. So that's very interesting. You might have like I am getting like a witches type of coven type of vibe from you. Ooh, okay, that's exciting. I feel like you do have a small group of friends that are like really close, and maybe some men are intimidated by that as well, but I feel like men feel out of the loop with you. So with this community coming underneath the pink bubby fairy, it's like you only open up to certain people and not really much to men. Maybe you do have some men in your life who you open up to, but it's like a very select few. So men on the outside are like seeing this abundance, seeing this community, seeing you be one way with other people, and then you seem to be different with them or just with men in general. So they kind of are confused by that. But again, I feel like it's like your attention to detail. I feel like it's just how you perceive people's energy. It's more so on a personal basis, where I don't feel like you judge people too harshly when you first meet them, but you can definitely tell when the energy is off or not. Okay, I do feel like a lot of men just kind of see you as above them or being untouchable. And maybe they feel like they have to get into a certain community to get to your level. So maybe you do kind of not unfairly judge some men, but some men might literally like not kind of fake it till they make it with you, where they might seem interested in one of your hobbies when they're really not. So you can tell that the energy's off there, that they don't truly enjoy what you enjoy doing or what they are saying that they enjoy doing. So that's why you cut them off. And whether it's coming from a good place or not, I do feel like you don't put up with any type of BS or lying or anything. You like people to be authentic, and I feel like men really pick up on those vibes. I do feel like they find you very attractive. There's something about your face that's like very like just hypnotizing. It's like they'll look at you and then they kind of have to look at you again or multiple times, and it's like they have to try to figure you out through your face or your facial expressions, because you might cover up your body a little bit more, and even if you don't, you just have literally your aura is just like hard locked in, where it's like, don't look at me. So you might be overlooked by men sometimes, and you might be walking around feeling like, oh, do men not find me attractive? But it's literally your energy kind of protecting you, whether purposefully or not, whether intentionally or you notice it or not, right? Let's see. Let's get some tarot up on here to get some more information. I feel like I'm running short on time. So let's see. For my pile number 3s, how do men view my pile number 3s, please? My pile number 3s. Thank you. Ooh, okay. So this is kind of exciting. We got the 3 of Swords coming out and the Page of Cups. Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying before. Like the Page of Cups talks about a little offer of love, like just a little bit of love, like, you know, like a little crush, a little offer of love. The 3 of Swords talks about heartbreak here, okay? So I feel like you kind of like pile number 2 was kind of a heartbreaker, not gonna lie. I feel like you guys are heartbreakers, but in a different type of way, where it's like you have to come with the best. Like men have to really show up for you, or else like it's like goodbye, you know, like kind of the energy I've already been feeling about you. But it's almost like, yeah, it's like, you see how she's like looking at this spoon and it has holes in it. So it's like you can see the holes in people's stories, right? You can see like the bullshit. Maybe you can't because my camera won't focus. But yeah, you see how there's like little holes in that spoon here, that little skull spoon. So I do feel like you can kind of suss people out. Okay, especially men. We also have 2 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. this is a quick little message, so only if it resonates. Maybe in the past, some man could have tried to put you in like a third party situation and you weren't very happy about it. So that is just a message coming through. So if that applies, then maybe that is a little bit reason as to why you're a little bit closed off to masculine energy. But we do have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So this is telling me that men want to have a relationship with you. You're like the wifey type. Like, they can tell that you are the wifey type. It's just like you feel like they won't like live up to your expectations, or they even feel like they won't live up to your expectations here with this Three of Swords. But like Three of Pentacles talks about working on something, even collaboration, but just like working hard at something. Two of Cups talks about soulmate connection, talks about feeling really connected to somebody. So I feel like men almost fall in love with you like immediately. So they try to do everything to get in your good graces, which could come across as, again, not genuine. And some people might try to control you, again, because they see you as like wifey material. They see you as someone who is progressing in life, someone that could have a sturdy foundation here with this Three of Pentacles, somebody they can work with as well. Because I do feel like you give a lot of grace to people who earn their spot in your life, and men can definitely feel that vibe, right? It's almost like, you see how she's kind of grabbing into his like chest and holding his heart. It's like you have a hold on men's hearts, and they don't like that sometimes. So sometimes, even if you aren't the one initiating like breaking it off with somebody, they might do that like preemptively just so they won't get their heart broken, because you are wifey material. Whether you are masculine or feminine, you are husband or wifey material here. Okay, what are we clarifying here? This Three of Swords, Page of Cups energy. We have the High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like you might have a little problem with ghosting people, just a little bit. Pile number 3. And you know what? I feel like most of the time it's justified. You might have some creeps coming after you occasionally, but I do feel like you are more in a healing phase. Remember, we got the healing wounds here. I feel like you're more so healing yourself right now. And again, that's kind of why you put up boundaries, whether you're aware of them or not. They kind of keep men away from you, okay? And you kind of give off witchy vibes, like maybe like a kitchen witch. You don't have to be. You could just be like just a witch who like goes out in nature, gets plants, you know, kind of a darker witchy energy. And some men can be intimidated by that as well. I do feel like you give off that type of like aura. Maybe you wear more witchy clothes, or it's just very obvious that you are one. So, and you might scare men, because remember what I was saying? You kind of had that like like not voyant, but maybe like you're just claircognizant. Like you can see past illusions, and that kind of scares people. And they're like, "You're a witch," and you're like, "Yes, I am." So you have the Two of Pentacles coming out. So this was clarifying the Two of Cups. So yeah, the Two of Pentacles, like in this deck, they're very close, but the Two of Pentacles energy talks about like feeling up in the air, like things need balance. Like you don't know if it's going to go one way or the other. So yeah, that's how men view you. They're like, she's up in the air about me, so, but she has my heart, but like she's not sure, so I'm not sure. So yeah, clarify this Three of Pentacles. I feel like most of you who came to this reading, you're thinking about men when it comes to romantic sense, but again, take whatever resonates. But with your pile specifically, pile number 3, for one, I need to stop talking so fast. I'm so sorry. But for you, pile number 3, I feel like there's a huge romantic vibe going on with your energy, more so than the other piles. So I'm sorry if I come across as more so talking about like men as it pertains to a romantic relationship, but it is kind of what I'm seeing here. So if this reading isn't resonating, there's other piles, of course. We have Three of Pentacles clarified by the Temperance card. I love this Temperance card, by the way. So yeah, Temperance card talks about balancing things. And so what I'm getting here is like men feel like you have to get past a certain point with you before they're in your good graces, which I do see that. Yes, they're very accurate when it comes to that assumption. I do feel like, yeah, it's like some men might not even want to settle down with you because you are such like wifey material and you can have a sturdy foundation, and they definitely see potential here. But it's like you might have almost like a temper sometimes is what I'm getting, because again, you won't tolerate any BS. So that might be something that men notice about you, is that you're kind of, I don't want to say sensitive, because I feel like some people have called you that in the past, but it's more so you're very temperamental when it comes to men, and rightfully so. Like, I feel like you are so chill when nobody has hurt you, but when they try to make any wrong move towards you, I feel like you just turn in an instant. And so men really get that vibe from you, like, not to mess with you, basically. Yeah, I feel like you're just very intimidating, pile number 3. And, like, even the badger here, like, is a little bit of an intimidating type of animal, you know? Like, they can be kind of intimidating with their, like, long claws and stuff, and they kind of are a little bit aggressive, but it's because they're, like, healing. It's because, you know, they just know what's theirs, right? And they're just kind of defending themselves. So, can I get a card of advice? Thank you. So, wow, okay. We have last quarter moon in Capricorn here with leave the past behind. Yeah. So, Spirit is kind of calling you out here a little bit, pile number 3. Where it's like, they're kind of saying, like, leave the past, like, yeah, men hurt you, and, like, you're very valid in your feelings, but don't let it hold you back from the past, or, like, hold you back from the future, or future relationships, or even just the people in front of you who mean well. Like, just kind of leave that in the past. Even if you don't want any new men in your life, or you're just coming to this reading to just be like for shits and giggles type of thing, like, just this is just good general advice, is to kind of just leave the past behind and, like, move it forward, okay, pile number 3. And then in that way you can give the person who really actually deserves a chance, who really actually, like, needs you, the best of your abilities, right? So and you've gotten through the past. Like, yeah, it hurt you, but the worst is in the past, right? Yeah, and trust yourself, you know, to weed out all these, like, toxic energies and stuff, but also don't let it ruin your future or your present when somebody is, you know, made just, like, a little mistake, or, you know, suss it out, pile number 3. But yeah, it's always just good advice here. So, and there is a Capricorn here, so I am getting definitely heavy earth energy here. So, yeah, earth and air energy. So I love that for you, or Scorpio here. So I do love this reading for you, pile number 3, and I'm wishing you all the best. So if this resonated with you and if it helped you, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this cute little mouse and buttercup card right here with innocence, or this beautiful citrine crystal, then you're in the right place today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how men view you. So whether you are a man or you're coming here, like, any reason, this is just how men view you. So just take whatever resonates for you, pile number 4, and leave the rest. Make sure that's in frame, and let's get some oracle cards up on here to get some more information. Though right off the bat, pile number 4, I do see you guys as a very, like, very well, innocent type of person, someone who is very lighthearted, someone who's very sweet, someone who is very, very kind, and someone who has a lot of energy, someone who is just, I see you as a very soft soul here with the mouse and buttercup. You see both, like, the mouse and these flowers is very fragile, very sensitive, I guess you could say. The mouse is a very skittish type of energy, so you could be a little bit skittish when it comes to maybe dealing with men. Maybe you get very nervous, maybe you get a little, like, really blushed in the face type of energy. Like, you could feel a little bit embarrassed around men. Could be the case, or you're just not very comfortable, but let's see what else comes through. I do feel like men find you very cute. Let's see. You could wear really cute clothes, I'm getting. Or drive a really cute car. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm getting that. You could come from a spiritual or Christian background. Let's see what else comes out, though. So for my pile number 4, how do men view my pile number 4s? Please, Spirit, how do men view my pile number 4s? Ooh, okay. I love that this came out. So we got femme fatale. So this says the light attribute is highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Ooh, so men see you as a hottie, pile number 4. I hate that I said it that way. I'm so sorry. But no, they definitely see you as someone who's very, very attractive. Like femme fatale, it's almost like a siren or a temptress, or like they might feel like you are bad for them. Or I do feel like you guys kind of have like you guys are very sweet. You're very shy, but you do have like this timid energy, like a freak in the sheets type of energy, like a lady in the streets, freak in the sheets type of energy here. I do feel like you guys are very like, I don't know, I don't want to seem mysterious because I said that for like the last 2 piles. I don't get that vibe from you. You guys might have a lot of tattoos though. I get more so that you guys are like a baddie, but like you might dress like a baddie, but you aren't very like hard, versus like you come off as very sweet, but you're still like a baddie. Does that make any sense, pile number 4? It's like they know you can get it on. Like men know that you have talents. Like they can just see it in your eyes. They're like, yep, pile number 4 knows what she's doing. But there's also like a sweet side to you too. But it's not super, like, it is innocent. It's like you come off as innocent, or you try to present as innocent, but they can tell that there's like a freak in there type of energy. You might have like more cat eye, or you like to do cat eye makeup. Like you have a very seductive like face, like especially your eyes can be very seductive, and you know how she's facing away, so you might like literally give men like a quick little glance or something that drives them crazy. You could have a very nice body as well, like the curves of your back and like your butt here, like it could be very, very attractive. Let's see, you could take very good care of your body. You don't have to, but I'm getting that here. So how do men view my pile number 4s? How do they view them? Okay, so we got 2 cards coming out. Very interesting. We got number 29 here with the stay back, and we have number 38 with inside looking out. So this inside looking out card is kind of making me feel, sorry about the shadows in today's video. I kind of try to fix that. I feel like that just made it worse, but anyway, sorry about that, pile number 4. I'm getting a couple messages with this. For some, you guys could go out and party or something, and you kind of give off the like, you don't want to be held down, or you don't want an actual relationship. You just want to go out and have fun. And so you're almost giving off like a stay back type of energy, but there's also some guys who just want to stay back from you because they might intentionally or not, they might they might judge you before they really get to know you. They might think that you're like to put it bluntly, they might think that you're a hoe. Like they're like, oh, she plays so innocent, but I know she's actually like a hoe. And so some men might stay away from you, or there might be gossip. You might literally have women in your life gossiping about you to men to keep men away from you. That could be this energy here. So you might have a lot of toxic women around you, and maybe some toxic men around you who are just talking in one ear, being like, oh, so-and-so doesn't really like you because of this, or like they're telling they're talking to men, and men have a view of you where they're like, oh, I better stay back from this person because so-and-so told me this negative thing about pile number 4, when it's actually not true. Okay, with this inside looking out card, I'm definitely getting that a lot of guys feel like they can't touch you. They feel like you're untouchable here with the stay back. You know, you don't really want to get your hands too close to this snake. And what's interesting is there's a snake here, and there's a mouse here also. So you know, snakes eat mice, basically. That's like one of their main foods that they eat. So it's almost like it's like they think you're like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's like you might present as a mouse, but they really think you're a snake, okay? And I feel like this is just due to like gossip about you. And so some men might think negatively about you, but they're still attracted to you. Like you still have this femme fatale. Like you are still like on their mind. Like they're like, who is that? Like you're the type of person to walk into the room, walk into the party, walk into the workspace, and everyone's head turns and are like, who is that? Like all the guys are like, who is that? And then, you know, somebody will come along and be like, oh, don't talk to her, she doesn't want to be talked to, or whatever. So yeah, and then also maybe if people even aren't gossiping, if that doesn't resonate with you, there's a lot of guys who feel like you're kind of untouchable, like you might be mean to them, like you come across as very, like, not to say judgmental, but yes, you kind of come across as someone who is, I don't want to say two-faced, but you might come across that way to men sometimes because you do have this innocent, like, facade, but then they might assume like you have this snake inside where you're like you'll be really mean or something like that. I feel like you just don't put up with BS, but I feel like you really are a sweet person. You just have like, you just look like a baddie. So they're like, oh, pile number 4 would never talk to me, would never be interested in me. Like they're just all about like, you know, like using people or going out and having fun. They would have no use for me, you know? Like that's kind of how men are viewing you, I feel like, pile number 4. But let's continue. I feel like you, like if you go out with a group of friends though, pile number 4, I do feel like you stand out to men. It's like you're the one who in the group that really stands out to them. And you might not even feel that way about yourself. You might be like, oh, I don't look as hot as my friends, or I just look kind of normal. But there's something about you, like something about just your energy that's really magnetic here with this femme fatale. Let's see what else. You could have a lot of men stalking your social media. You could post a lot of like quote unquote thirst traps on your social media, and there's a lot of men looking at that. Maybe that's why with this inside looking out, it's like there's a lot of men who might be like liking your posts, but and maybe even trying to get into your DMs, but you like never respond. So that could be like a type of energy going on here. But let's get another card for my pile number 4s. How do men view my pile number 4s? Okay, so that's a lot of cards. I don't want to take all of that. Can I get just like one, please? How do men view my pile number 4s, please? Can I get just like one card, maybe? Okay, thank you. So we got the puppeteer with explanations and apologies. Wow. You might be out here breaking some hearts though, not gonna lie, pile number 4 here with this puppeteer. So some guys might think you're like pulling their string right here, right? Some guys might think you're very controlling. That could be something you've heard before, is that you're very controlling. I feel like they feel like you don't really have a heart. It's like you play innocent, but like they really see you as like almost like a dragon, like a scary monster almost. Not in a bad way, like in a like sexy way or something. Like, you know what I'm saying here. But it's like maybe you have a history of like playing with men's hearts, whether I feel like you do it intentionally or not. You could do it in a manipulative, malicious way, but I don't feel like that's the case at all. I feel like you just like have boundaries up and you know your worth type of thing. But you could have a reputation for kind of playing with guys' hearts as well. So like I do feel like you also are the type of person who can get away with anything. I feel like pile number 4, like you always get your way. And so some men are very intimidated by that because they're like, oh, if I get intertwined with pile number 4, then they're gonna have me like a puppet on a string. Like maybe that's what the stay back energy is because they know like once you have your web around them that they can never escape. I don't know why this is giving this type of energy, pile number 4. So if you're this far into the reading, it must be resonating with you, but I'm just like laughing over here because it's like some men just find you kind of scary, like not gonna lie, like just in the fact that like they feel like for one they can't have you, that also that you're judging them, but also that like you can just control them. Like I feel like men think you're very, very smart, pile number 4. You could have very like, I don't know, there's something about your eyebrows too that are very like seductive. I don't know. I feel like you're a combination of not only cute but sexy. So it's like one side of you is very cute, like daytime you is very, very cute, but then at nighttime like you turn on the sexy type of energy, and men are kind of like intrigued by that but also kind of scared. Let's see what else comes out though. It's like you turn into a completely different person, okay, which also might give people some trust issues, right? Let's see what card you got here though. Wow, you got lovers with number 15. Yeah, men. I even said like people in general, women and men just find you so alluring and so attractive, and like they know they're gonna have a good time with you. They're like, yeah, pile number 4, like they're my soulmate. Like they're out here having fun and I want to have fun with them. Like, you might even have been accused of like stealing other people's men or even women. Like, you might have a reputation about you, pile number 4. You don't have to. And if that doesn't resonate at all, either it is happening behind your back, or like it's just it's just something you know about. Like, some women I feel like are jealous of you because you get so much of like so many men you get men's attention, like a lot. Pile number 4. So some women are very jealous of that. Let's get some more cards. How do men view my pile number 4s? Whoa, okay. All right, so we got, let me put that here. We got exposed with number 17, and then we got number 4 with balance. So yeah, I feel like with this balance card, it's just reiterating the fact that you can pull off cute and sexy. It's like you're smart, like you're like brains and beauty, like you have it all. Pile number 4. It's like you're just like that. Like, you might not come off as necessarily like wifey type like pile number 3 did, but you definitely exude like, you might even play like video games or do masculine stuff, but you still come across as a very like feminine person, and that's very attractive to men. With the exposed card, I do feel like, for one, you might expose a lot of your body and men find that very attractive. You could literally do like some sort of like sex work online or something as well, like do an OnlyFans or something, and men are very interested in that. Or if you've been contemplating it, I definitely feel like it could be successful. Pile number 4 for sure. I feel like you do have a good body. Especially your assets, you know. With the exposed, it's like you do expose men. It's like I said, you have a reputation maybe of breaking hearts, but I feel like it's more so just a reputation of exposing people, whether men or women, for like their negative behavior. I feel like you do have a circle of friends, but those who are closest to you, you know you can trust. Like, you know that like they're not going to come out here and steal your man, or vice versa, or like anything like that. Like, you can trust them. So it's like you have no problem exposing like people who want to become part of your friend group, or even in your friend group. Like, you, no holds barred here with you. Pile number 4, like, you kind of just, that's why you're kind of scary, is because you kind of just say what's on your mind, like maybe even sometimes without thinking. So some of the times you can come across as kind of mean, or maybe even manipulative, because there is a sweet side to you, but it's like you just come out here and expose people. It's like you might catch men off guard by what you say. So for example, they might think you're like this like ditzy little, like someone who's just like a girl who like is not smart or something like that, like just that trope, right? But then you'll just instantly turn on them and like show them how smart you are and call them out on their BS, and they're like, whoa. And then they kind of like put their arms up, like their hands up, and be like, whoa, okay, like I misjudged you, pile number 4. But in that way, I feel like when you call guys out, it's kind of sexy. Like, they kind of get turned on a little bit by that. Like, but even if this is like more platonic, it's like men are just kind of surprised at how smart you are, or how different you are versus their first impressions of you. Because I feel like their first impressions are that you're very shy, you're very quiet, you're very like nice. But like there's a side to you that's kind of spicy, pile number 4. And I do feel like you balance it really well. I feel like people don't necessarily see you as like not genuine, especially people who know you really well. It's like, this kind of came into like how do people view you, not men in general, but I feel like it's kind of unanimous how most people feel about you. It's like, oh, you don't mess with pile number 4 because they're sweet until they're not, you know? I had a thought I was going with, but I do not remember what I was saying, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here, pile number 4. So very interesting, very intimidating energy. You definitely intimidate men with not only how you look, but also like how you carry yourself. Let's see, I'm gonna get some tarot up on here. So for my pile number 4s, how do men view my pile number 4s? Okay, that kind of fell off. Ooh, Ace of Cups, beautiful. Let's get some more out here before I show you though. How do men view, wow, my pile number 4s? Wow, oh, okay, so very interesting energy. So Wow, of course this came out, of course. But let me show you these cards close up. So we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like it's like, I heard you're a fire starter, but there's no like Ace of Wands here, which is the fire element, or how I see it anyway. But we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is kind of giving me the vibe that men kind of, and really, you make men want to approach you. It's like they see potential. They see because the aces are potential. The aces are like an initial thought. So it's like men are immediately drawn to you initially, like regardless. Like men will just look at you and just be attracted to you. Or like even in a platonic way, like men will look at you and be like, I want to know this person. Like you're a person who people want to know, just in general. And I feel it's like they can just feel your like potential, or like they can feel that you have a lot to offer. You're very versatile, right? You can do like a lot of things. So like you have a lot to offer. We also have the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Now this is a very interesting Four of Pentacles. It's like she's like kind of picking up these people. Like she's like hovering over these people here at the like she's protecting this bank right here. So it's like, yeah, people don't want to get on your bad side. And then it's paired with this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is known basically as the bitch. Like she's known to be really sharp and really smart, but also really snappy and kind of just like not the nicest queen, you know? Like normally it's depicted as like the Queen of Swords has like her little heart in a box, like guarded, like behind these like iron bars. And so it's like, yeah, it's like there's two sides. There's like a sweet side, and then there's like a really like a barrier here, and then there's this side of you. So it's kind of how men see you. I'm not seeing any more than that, really. I'm like, you're very protective of your coin, of your money, and your heart here with this Queen of Swords. So you might have men who like you think, or like, who come trying to take advantage of like specifically your money, because you might look like you make a lot of money, or you're just out all the time, and a lot of people like just look at you like maybe wearing expensive stuff. You don't have to, but maybe people just think that you have money or that you have access to money. Maybe you go out all the time, so people are like, how does she have money to go out all the time? Like, and so they think maybe they could take advantage of you, but you're really quick, you're really smart, and you're like, nah. So very interesting. I keep on wanting to say people in this reading and not men, like specifically for your pile number 4. So I feel like it's more like a unanimous, like everyone feels this way about you. Not saying your close friends do or anything like that, but I feel like that's definitely, you have a strong first impression on people. So let's clarify this Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles here for my pile number 4. So the deck's upside down. What's new? So we got the, I was gonna say the 5, but this is the 8 of Cups. So I feel like you reject a lot of men, whether intentionally or not, and they're just kind of sad about it. Like the 8 of Cups talks about walking away emotionally from something and being sad about it. So I do feel like you kind of break men's hearts. Pile number 4. Again, intentionally or not. I do feel like, you know, kind of similar to pile number 3, where like you'll kind of cut people off if they do you wrong and stuff like that. But I feel like that you just give off a little bit of different energy. Pile number 3 was really reserved. I feel like you guys are more out there with your energy, but you still won't put up with BS or anything like that. And you're more intimidating than pile number 3 was. Pile number 3 was just completely guarded off from men. Like you are more open to men, but it's more so they're kind of scared of you to approach you, versus like pile number 3, men were okay with approaching pile number 3, but then they get cut off like unexpectedly, you know, because they did something or whatever. You guys like that's the difference between you and pile number 3. You pile number 4, you kind of draw, like you're a siren. Like they feel more comfortable, like I don't know, it's like like with pile number 3, they also felt comfortable like pursuing them. but they get cut off without knowledge. But I feel like the men who do pursue you kind of know that you kind of are this type of person, because you do have some type of reputation. So you have different type of men coming after you, people who want to win over your heart, right? Versus people wanting to control you necessarily. There's more so men trying to win over your heart, but I feel like you're very, very protective of it. So you might be breaking hearts in that way. It's a little bit different than pile number 3. Let's clarify this Four of Pentacles. What are you protecting so hard from men? Pile number 4. What's this Four of Pentacles about, please? Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords coming out, and we have the Four of Wands. I feel like you're just protecting, like, your fun. I feel like you're just protecting your peace. Like, you just want to go out and fun. You might not even really care what men think about you. You just came to this reading just because. I do feel like, I don't know, men kind of get the idea quickly of who you are. Like, it doesn't take very long for people to kind of read you, but I think you like it that way. I think, like, if you really wanted to be super mysterious, you could be. And in some ways you are, especially when it comes to, like, your sex life and stuff like that. Though I do feel like men kind of read you pretty well with that. Like, but I do feel like you're just trying to protect your happiness and your friend group and your community, and you're really just trying to, let me see here, like, you're just kind of out here being a vigilante almost, kind of protecting, maybe you're protecting like other girls and maybe just your community. I'm getting kind of like DJ vibes from you, or you're just like the mother of the group, but you're like the spicy mother of the friend group whenever you guys go out, or like even in the workplace, you're kind of more protective of people, like just women in general. For like women you trust, but there also are a lot of women who kind of do be hating on you, and I feel like that's also a reason why you have some boundaries up. But I do feel like you're very balanced, pile number 4. Sorry about the background noise. I do feel like you are very balanced. Like, you know how to have fun, but you also know how to be serious. So when a guy does kind of, like when a man does kind of get into your good graces, I feel like they definitely see that you are very balanced, that you like to go out and have fun, but you're also very like studious even. You might be a student. You definitely are very smart. You could do a job that like not a lot of people would assume out of someone who looks like you, like who is attractive. Like, again, like brains and beauty. Like, you guys are just like, men definitely see you as very smart and like deeper, like surface level, like even surface level, they can kind of tell that there's more underneath the surface, like below the surface. And then once they actually get talking to you, or they're talking to you, pile number 4, they're like, oh wow, like pile number 4 is smart. Like pile number 4 knows her shit basically, but she also knows how to have fun. So, but then at the same time, like, I don't feel like you let a lot of men in, so they kind of miss out on this energy, and they're kind of like, damn, like I'm missing out on a baddie here, you know? Like, I do feel like you look so attractive, pile number 4. Like, men think you are, like, the hottest thing out here. So, that's the thing. I don't know if you want that to be a thing, but that is definitely a thing going on here. They could definitely like your clothes. You could like do something with your hands, or you go out in the nighttime is kind of what I'm getting more so. But let's get one last card of advice for you, okay? So for my pile number 4s, can I get a card of advice for my pile number 4s? Just some general life advice, please. I actually love this. So you got the new moon in Virgo here with trust, all will be well. So you might be struggling with some thoughts, maybe when it comes to like finding your perfect match, but maybe not even. Maybe you're just worried about finances or your friends, or there might be something just going on in your life that's kind of difficult right now. Ooh, I'm so sorry. But this is just saying trust that all will be well, right? Pile number 4, just trust in who you are, and trust that spirit will lead you in the right path. You might be feeling a little bit lost, and maybe you've been getting tarot readings and they're not resonating with you a lot, but just know that like everything will be okay. Like, everything's going to be okay. Everything will be well. And you know, maybe you're surrounded by a lot of chaotic energy right now, but that will pass. You know, life goes in cycles. So just hold firm to your beliefs and just just be you, pile number 4. Maybe take some time away from like either the spotlight if you're in it, like if you do YouTube or you're going out every night, maybe just take some time alone to get out into nature or just meditate or just spend more time at home. Maybe read a book. If maybe you haven't picked up a book in years and this is spirit just saying like maybe try something new, a little bit more chill, okay? Just for the time being, okay? So I hope that resonated with you, pile number 4, and I hope that helped you. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.